Greetings to all. Dr. Prathiba, working as an associate professor in Department of ECE, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology. And today's session, let us see about a ripple carry adder. The ripple carry adder is a combinational circuit where we do addition. So we can consider any number of bits. So if you let us consider as a 4-bit. So when we want to do a 4-bit addition here, so 4-bit you have to consider for a one variable A and another 4-bit has to be considered for the variable B. So when we do the addition here, the processing of the first LSB bit will be generating the adder, the sum value and a carry value. This will be propagated, the carry will be propagated to the next bit of the next, which is present at the next to the LSB bit. So here what it happens here is the propagation delay will be occurring when we are doing more number of bit addition in this ripple carry adder. And next thing, mainly as I pointed earlier, if you want to do an addition of an n bit, then we have to do n bit, 2 n bit binary numbers has to be taken into account and we have to do the summation process here. And whenever we do a summation, definitely we will be going for either a half adder circuit or a full adder circuit. So here what we are going to do here is we are considering A as one of a variable and B as a one of a variable. Now the initial LSB bit will be taken for the addition process. So we will have another one more variable which is called as a C in. So this, since there is a 3 input, so we are going to consider a full adder circuit here for processing of a ripple carry adder. So if I want to design a 4-bit ripple carry adder, then my requirement will be a 4-bit full adder circuit. So what is addressed here is n number of full adder will be required to design an n number of ripple carry adder. That is the only thing what we have to take it into account when we are designing a ripple carry adder. And the next one is, this is also known as an n-bit parallel adder. So let us see an example here when we are going for the design process of a ripple carry adder. So as I informed earlier, I am going to take a variable which is an A. That A variable will consist of 4-bit. So I am taking A3, A2, A1 and A0. This can also be taken as a binary values as I pointed earlier. So let me take it, some binary value is 0, 1, 1, 0. Now I am considering another variable B, where this B is for a 4-bit design. We are taking the same similar process B3, B2, B1 and B0. Here also let us consider some one example variable here. So I may take it as this value. Now what is the thing is, we want to do an addition. Since it's a ripple carry adder, it's an adder circuit, so we are going to do an addition process. As I informed earlier, we need to consider the C in. The C in, that the initial carry will be always 0, right? And we also need to have some rule in our addition. The rule is, when we do an addition for 0 plus 0, it is equivalent to 0. 0 plus 1 which is equivalent to 1. 1 plus 0 which is equivalent to 1 and 1 plus 1 which is equivalent to 1 0. This 1 0 is nothing but 0 is representing the sum value and 1 is representing the carry value. And here all these values are representing the sum value and here the carry will be equivalent to 0. So these are the addition operator. So these are the addition operator which are used for addition. So we have to consider this basic rule when we do a ripple carry adder design process. So what is the thing, as I told, I am taking my C in as 0 here, and whenever we do a process, we have to do it from the LSB bit. LSB bit, this is, if I am taking this one as my number, this is considered as my LSB bit, that is least significant bit, and this is considered as my MSB bit. MSB bit is the most significant bit. So the right hand side to the left hand side. So I am going to do an addition of these 3 bit, right? So 0 plus 0 plus 1. So here, since we are having 3 bits for a full adder circuit, we always know that for a full adder circuit, we will have 3 inputs. One is A, B and C in. The other, we will get the 2 output. One is your sum and carry. If we are having 2 input bits, then we can go for a half adder. This is a basic rule which we know in the addition process itself, which is also available in my previous video. So here we will have only the 2 inputs A and B and we will have the 2 output which is the sum and the carry. So since here we are having 3 inputs. One of our input is 0, the other one is a 0 and the other one is a 1. So we are considering a full adder circuit here in order to do the processing of an addition. So 0 plus 0 which is equivalent to 0, as I have pointed here, 0 plus 0 is equivalent to 0, and 0 resultant 0 plus 1 which is equivalent to 1. So my sum is equivalent to 1, my carry is equivalent to 0. So again we are going to do an addition here, right. So 0 plus 1 is equivalent to 1 and resultant 1 plus 0 which is equivalent to 1. So I am doing an addition, the result sum is 1, and again the carry has been pointed to the next one. Again the same process we are going to do it for the next rule also. So 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is equivalent to, sum is equivalent to 0 and carry is equivalent to 1. So again the same process is repeated here, 1 plus 0, 1 and 1 plus 0, 1. So here 1 and carry is, so these 4 bits are representing my sum value and this is representing my carry value. I think it is very clear for you. So whenever we are doing any number of n number of bits, then we have to consider n number of full adders to be considered when you are designing a ripple carry adder. That is why the simple statement is n number of full adder is equivalent to n number of bit in ripple carry adder. I have given it in the variable format. So I have considered my first variable, this is my variable A and this is my variable B, and this is the initial carry. So initial carry is also been taken into account. So all the things we have assigned with respect to the variables. So A is assigned with A0, A1, A2, A3, and B is assigned with B0, B1, B2 and B3. And each time when we do the addition from the right side to the left side, that is from the LSB to the MSB, we are calculating the 3 bits. The one of the bit is taken from the C in carry, the other one is A0 and the other one is B0. So we are doing the addition process and the sum will be resultant at the bottom and the carry will be propagating to the next state. What I have explained in the previous one with a simple example. So similar way for the next process, sum is drop down in the resultant side and the carry is propagated to the next level, next stage. The similar way S2 is been dropped in the resultant side and C2 carry is been propagated to the next stage. You have to observe here is the carry is being propagated from each one stage to another stage. So what it does is, here initially each time for one processing the carry and the sum has to get it as a resultant part. After receiving the result, only the carry has been propagated to the next stage. So each time there is a propagation delay on the carry. So the system, entire system will get slow. It is since it's dependent on the previous carry. Seeing the design rule, we can move on to the logic circuit. Here the logic circuit, since we are designing a 4-bit triple carry adder, I have taken 4 full adder. The explanation has been given in the previous slide itself. So since it's a 4-bit, we are taken 4 full adders. So I have taken full adder A, full adder B, full adder C and full adder D. So each input will be given to each full adder. Full adder, as I have said earlier, full adder will consist of 3 inputs and 2 outputs. So 3 inputs will be fed into 1 full adders and 2 output will be taken into account. So the arrow mark will indicate the proper symbol of your input and the output. So inward is indicating the input symbol and outward is indicating the output resultant. So for a single full adder circuit, A and B and C is acting as an input and output it is acting as a C0 and S0. So next one, for the next one, similarly the previous carry is propagating to the next stage. So the design rule will follow the same principle for any n number of bit design. Let us move on to the advantage of ripple carry adder. Here the ripple carry adder has a very simple circuit design, since only a less number of components are being used here. Second one is low hardware complexity. So as we pointed in the first one, it is a very simple circuit, so there is no complexity which has been present. Only thing is it has to wait for the previous carry to generate and then that carry will be propagated to the next stage. So it is very it consists of very low complexity, hardware complexity. And the next one is, since the design is simple, the chip area which has been occupied will be also reduced. That's the reason it is very reduced chip area will be obtained in the physical design part of designing a ripple carry adder. Next one, since it's a simple circuit, since it's the complexity is very less, area is very less, the power consumption is also very less, because there is no complex circuit is added into the circuit, only the full adder circuit is being constructed. So obviously there will be a lower power consumption will be done at the ripple carry adder. Next, let us move on to the disadvantages of using a ripple carry adder. As from the initial state of designing the ripple carry adder, we have pointed that for each stage it has to wait for the sum and the carry to be generated, and the carry of the previous stage has to move on to the next stage. So there is a propagation delay which has been occurred in the design part of a ripple carry adder. So this is a major one. So we are pointing at the first point, propagation delay. So the carry has to be generated and it has to be propagated to the next stage. So the carry will be more when we consider more number of bits assignment. Second one is the speed limitation, because the speed limitation will be very most important concept when we come for this, because the ripple effect will affect the speed limitation. So for an example, if you take a larger number of bit, here in the previous one we have seen the design for only for a 4 bit. Let us assume when we are doing for a 16 bit 2 bit, the more time and the complexity will increase. So it has not been recommended to use a system when it has a higher bit size. When you no need to go for a ripple carry adder, you can move on to the next advanced level, which is also known as carry look ahead adder. So it will make the system very slow when the input number of bits is high. The last most important disadvantage is the bottleneck for high performance system. Since it has a propagation delay and it is also having the ripple effect, it is not been suitable for high speed microprocessor or for the complex digital circuit system. So it is not recommended when you have a more number of bits in doing an addition process. Only suitable when the bit size is less. So that is what the design rule describes about the ripple carry adder. And thank you so much for watching this video. I think it is a simple process to understand. So thank you.